I have these days where I just feel so disconnected from the world and from life and sort of from myself, like I don't feel so disconnected from myself, but it's like this part of me, this dimension of me is a part that feels disconnected from everything else. So in that way, it just feels like, again, more disconnection. But it's fine, It's the older I've gotten, the more times I've been here and in this place, I don't mind it as much. I'm not worried about it. I'm not as worried that I'm gonna, get back to the connected space, feeling, like back in the good space. Um, Not to say this is bad, it just doesn't feel great, you know? It feels like there's no purpose, you know, no, no joy, no, um, yeah, just any of the things that it doesn't feel like there's much fulfillment, initially. Um, it feels very numb, um, in a way. There's like a place. This is a place I used to be in quite often. Um, and I remember coming to the realization a long time ago that even if you feel numb, numb is still a feeling, right? It's just it feels a lot more static in a way. It feels a lot more has like a dull feeling to it. It feels really dull, um, you know, and that's the dullness doesn't feel as exciting as alive. Um, that's totally okay. I don't know its purpose necessarily. I don't need to. I don't need to. Um, yeah, I think that's even just the reason I'm making this. I am sure there's people who can relate to this, but even just to speak it out loud a bit because I don't. When I'm in this place, I just go way more internal. I go way more. Um, I isolate a lot more, even more than I normally do. Um, so it's a bit alienating. I don't want. It's like I don't. There's not a desire to connect from this place. I don't feel like it doesn't feel like I'm like missing something or lacking something. It more feels like this is my life now, and that's what I mean. Like I've been here more times than not to realize like this isn't it. Like this isn't where I'm gonna end. I mean, unless I die today, then that's where I'm gonna end. But unless that happens, then this isn't gonna where I end. And even if I die here, I'll wake up somewhere else and it won't be the end. So either way, this isn't the end. This feeling isn't permanent. No feeling is permanent. We know that. Um, we know that. We all know that. So back to the point with that is in the past, like I used to always call it this. Like it always felt like a fault. Oh shit! Yeah, that was my bad. That was definitely my bad. Sometimes when two cars are just merging at the same time, he was merging first, so I merge after. Now I merge away. Now I merge back. Now we're all merged. Now I'm back. Okay. So, so. Um, I used to really always feel like this was a fall from grace, right? This is, I mean, obviously after like I got super connected to myself and I started just having really, like, life got really good, right? This is after all of my awareness came in and all these things, and I started becoming more aware, and then like it felt like me becoming connected to these places in myself and getting a deeper relationship with God. I felt when I would fall back to this space or get into this space, it would feel like a fall from grace because, hey, the only reason I even woke up and got so connected to myself and have had the opportunity to form such an amazing relationship with God is grace. I cannot attribute it to anything else other than grace. So on the days where I feel like all of that disappeared, it would just feel like a fall from grace. And I was like, oh fuck, oh no, it's all gone. It's gone. Oh my god, what did I do? No, I can't believe it's gone, and I'm never gonna have it back. You know, and that would be uncomfortable. Um, and every time, I'm telling you, like every time I would land back in this place where I felt disconnected, it would feel like that. I would be sure, I'm like, oh no, like this is fuck. I fucked up, and we're back, and I lost it. I lost it. All that work I did, all that, time spent, time spent being present and being aware. That's not like it's not me. It's not work. It's not time spent. It's so funny. Like it's not. It's like it's work in its own way, but it's not. It's just you're just being you and living your own life. You're literally just living your own life. It's not doing work. You don't need to work on yourself. You know what I mean? The reason I even joke and say this is because in the beginning, I did a lot of work on myself. I did a lot of work on myself because apparently I was broken and I needed to be fixed, and I needed to do a lot of self work and self healing and a lot of fixing myself. But I didn't. I just needed to be me and just continuously feel me and get connected to me. And then the more that I would do that, the more I would be me. And intrinsically, I am dope. And I don't need to be healed. I am not broken. The parts of me that feel like I am broken will always feel like they need to be fixed. So let me get rid of those parts because they're obviously not me. Because I am whole. I am not broken. Does that make sense? So, it would just always feel like a fall from grace. You know? Just, oh no, it happened. I lost everything good. Must be because I'm bad. Let's just bring in the shame. Let's start shaming ourselves and feeling guilty about it and just doubling down on this terrible feeling. maybe we should maybe we should do that, right? Maybe we should do that. Not no more. Not gonna do that no more because that doesn't work. That just digs you deeper into your little shame hole, into the darkness, the fall from grace. So we're not gonna do that anymore. So what are we gonna do now? We just gonna chill. You're gonna dull, feel the dullness, feel all the feelings, and we are going to do our absolute best and not label them and make them mean anything, because you know what? They don't mean anything. They're not here because we did something. I didn't do anything wrong, and now I'm feeling this thing because I did something wrong. I'm not getting punished, you know? None of that's the case. So, I'm just gonna chill. Just gonna chill, feel the feelings, feel them, and at some point they're not gonna be here. So, I, personally, would like to feel them while they're here, you know? And this is a fun little, you wanna get over, homie? You got your blinker on, but it doesn't really seem like you do, so I'm just gonna pass. So here's a fun little experiment technique method that yours truly came up with. It feels pretty ingenious. I think that means good. It feels pretty ingenious if you ask me. This is one of my ones I used to use a lot when I came up with, and it really worked wonders for its purpose. So what I would do is I would think about if I only had 10 seconds left to live. Not a day, because a day you start doing the like, what would you do if you only had a day left to live? You know? Like, oh, maybe I'd fly to Paris and eat bread or some shit. I don't fucking know. Whatever you do with your last day, go skydiving off of 2 planes at once. Yeah, okay. That's besides the point. So you just gotta bring it way more in. And so what I would think about, and I would encourage you to think about, is if you only had 10 seconds left to live, that was it. 10 seconds, this whole life that you've ever known gets shut off, right? Assuming you're not going to panic, right? Like, assuming that you're not going to panic, how would you like to live those last 10 seconds? And for me, what I came to, I think what most people come to, is you would want to feel and savor every last drop and ounce of feeling. Because what else is there really in life besides feeling? Every every experience is felt. Okay? So, if you only had 10 seconds left to live, even if you were in one of these dull, not, quote unquote, your favorite amazing feelings, you wouldn't try to change it in the last 10 seconds. You would just savor it. You would savor every drop and feel it as fully as you possibly could. At least I would. And so, what that made me realize is I would start doing that quite often, even if I wasn't feeling great, is it allowed me to start feeling deeper and deeper and deeper and focusing in and just like that sensation of just like, what would, if you had these last 10 seconds, right? Just every sensation and feeling you would just feel fully. So even these ones that aren't fantastic, you would miss if they were gone. Or if these were the only ones you ever got to feel, you'd still take it. I would still take it over nothing. Because there's still so much aliveness in the numbness, right? Because you're alive. There's aliveness there. There's a lot of aliveness there. It's just operating in a different shape, so to speak, at the time. And when you can get a little bit more connected and dancing in tandem with that shape, that in the form that it's taking, you can feel that aliveness and you can feel the connection there. And at least for me, that's what I mean. I can still feel the connection to myself there. in this specific feeling, in a lot of ways, I still feel disconnected from everything else. But you know what? Actually, when I start to feel more and more into it and relax into it and deeper into it, then it starts to connect out. And it feels safer then to connect back into everything. So that's actually pretty cool. That's a nice little realization that I'm seeing there. Um, like I always say, like we all know it. It's the resistance. It's the resistance that makes you feel not great, disconnected. When you stop resisting, it's all fine. It's all really fine and really good. So I suppose I'll leave it there. Suppose I will leave it there.